ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Colts. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a short kick taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All day, every day. Sammy! He's coming. We got double up.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 19th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready up! Mike's by 4. Let's go one more. 22, jet, over. 22, jet.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
25, check 25. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shift. Right slow. Drive on.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now Kamara. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. This is caught by Gibb. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
In his 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017. Just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check safety, check safety. Hey, kill.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. He's got Smith here. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees, the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
Ready. 5'8", 5'8". Mike 50. 65, 65. 65.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Breeze now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56. We own them.
He can run for it, and he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Drew Brees, a 4-yard touchdown scamper, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 26, 66, bullet, half. Bravo.
To throw is Brissett. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First down, Colts.
Brissett to throw on first. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the check down. Stop shy of the 45. Though.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Brissett now. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 35.
First down, Indianapolis.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Switch.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Right here. We got to step it up. Check.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Ready. Yellow lady.
First down.
I got it.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
13. Easy, opposite. Okay, double up. Ready, catch.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Saints 21, Colts nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Alert 3, alert.
Out of the gun, Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch. Go. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hayward.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And he gets it to Funchess complete. 1:53 remaining in this first. First half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They go play action with Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. The Super Bowl 44 will always link these two teams together, the Colts and the Saints. That was a game that the Saints would win. If you remember, Sean Payton dialed up that onside kick to start the second half. Tracy Porter would eventually seal the victory for the Saints with a pick six of 74 yards. And the Manning family so heavily involved. You think about Archie leading the Saints for 11 seasons, the Manning family being from the New Orleans area, and then Peyton being the quarterback of the Colts in that defeat to the Saints. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Play fake, Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And in the air once more, it's Brissett. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mike, quit talking about it and bring it. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. 58. Let's go. Wide. Get wide. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch twist.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Teddy Bridgewater. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hatchet. 22, jet, bomber.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Ebron with it over the middle. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He may try and run for this. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down. Brissett sets to throw it. Funchess has it complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Get in the weight room. Eddie Weber, get in the weight room. Check 3.
From the red zone now, Brissett. Steps away to his left. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Ready. Now the room. Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Show him where to go.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. 4th down, Brissett. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan, and the Saints will have the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward? Questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Under. Check 49. Check 52.
They run it again with Kamara. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check, 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 check. Bang, bang, bang. Kill. Bang, bang.
Hey, Delta.
50, Mike, 50.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Hey, easy.
Buzz, be ready, be ready.
Hey, easy.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Here we go, here we go.
Me.
Hey, kill.
From the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught by Ginn. That puts a good dent into their 1st down setback. It's a pickup of 16.
It's a gain of 6.
Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down.
Ready. Yellow lady. We go 21.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, easy.
Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours?
Here's Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have. It's caught at the 10. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A huge play that time for the Colts. And even 60 yards to throw, Brissett. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 30. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Brissett. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
SOS. 12. Sponge. No.
Here we go.
58's the mic. Going 58's the mic.
Bree's going to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
A give to Kamara running right. Able to slither by. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the extension.
Now Breeze on third down. He's got Smith here. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So